Okay, so I wanted to show you how to remove pins off of a Node MCU, or basically any board, quickly. And the way I do it is, what I do is I go through and I kind of melt down the little black connectors, just every 4 or 5 pins. And what that does is it gives me an easy break zone. That way I can push down on the black and it will easily come apart. If you try pushing down on a big long black connector, it's too much energy or too much friction between all of those pins. So if you whittle it down and have a small section that doesn't have, that you slightly cut with a soldering iron, it makes it a lot easier to pull out. And so the way I do this is I do those cuts and then I just pry it a little bit. It's pretty difficult to pry if you try prying the whole thing off all at once. But if you get a little gap, you take a little like eyeglass repair screwdriver, and then you should be able to start pushing that black piece up or down. And then what I do is as soon as I have a gap, I push it down to the edge of the pins. And I just work my way around. So now they're all at the edge. So now I just take my little pliers, and it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to pull the black pieces off. And they'll just pop right off. I try not to put too much pressure on the pliers, and I try not to bend the board. Okay, so now I've gotten rid of all that. So let's get rid of that. So now I have my pins. So as you can see, it's a bunch of pins to take off. Now in the past, I've taken a pair of pliers to one side of the pin and pulled on it while trying to desolder it. However, now I purchased about a 1-inch, 1.5-inch diameter rare earth magnet from Amazon. And if I take my soldering iron, and it's probably, my welder's probably at 600 degrees, and all I have to do is hold it over the magnet and then just touch it to the top of the pin, and the pin will loosen up and basically just shoot down onto the magnet. You see how that happened? And you'll get used to doing it. The trick is to kind of push against it until it loosens and then move the soldering iron away really fast, and it causes the leg to just shoot right out. So you get into a nice pattern with this to where you can start desoldering these bad boys pretty quickly. One thing that you're probably going to want to do is wear eye protection when you do this, because little tiny balls of solder basically fly out, and you don't want that to get in your eye. That would be a tragic situation. So you can see now I've gone through in just a few seconds. I've kind of meandered through getting an entire side desoldered. So now I'm going to go flip over to the other side, desolder that bad boy. And again, you're just heating it up and then moving the soldering iron away quickly. And you can just feel it shoot out. So we'll just go through these pins. And sometimes the pin will try to come up. You just need to move, like I said, move the soldering iron away really fast, and that takes care of it. And just as you're doing it, just make sure you're holding it over the center of the magnet. And the pins kind of fall out into actually a really cool design. And I'm almost done here. Got one more pin. Boom. So now you can see I have a perfectly desoldered Node MCU. And here's all the pins.